If you keep people exhausted and distracted, they won't organize. If you keep them struggling and divided, they won't resist. The system isn't broken, it's working as designed. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Ba'ashim Rakak Radash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, Lowin, that they continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same spirit. Shalom to the Akwat Yam, that are believers in his faith and his truth. Lord willing that you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent, virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith. The title of this lesson is, all they have to do is keep us distracted. All they have to do is keep us busy. You know, keep your eyes single and watch. And this is for the ones that's actually getting that breath of life, through the Spirit. You know, the prophets are doing what Yahweh did and what Elijah was told, speak unto these bones. So let's get into it. This is Lamentations, the 5th chapter, and reading the 5th verse. It says, our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. This is a system that was organized, and it's all structured by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. He navigated this, right? Proverbs 21, the king's heart, the king's mind is in the hands of the Lord, right? It doesn't matter who sits in the White House or who is the elite, right? They're all in a system under Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and they're all fulfilling the Lord's purpose, right? Regardless if it's righteous or if it is unrighteous. But us as being the people mixed in with a multitude of nations, right? We are persecuted, we labor and have no rest. Now, yes, we're in a time where things might feel more relaxing, but it's not. Now we're in a finance captivity, because back then we wasn't even working for nothing. Then we started getting pennies and quarters and all this other stuff until we started fully getting rights. We fully started to reap small benefits. And even on this side, you have to go hard to even get money. You know, now if you desire to live a good life, you're gonna have to do more, right? And sometimes you're gonna have to put Yahweh Shem Shai on pause. Truly, you know. Lamentations chapter 1 verse 14, it says, the yoke of my transgressions is bound by his hand. They are wreathed and come up upon my neck. He hath made my strength to fall. Yahweh Shemashai have delivered me into their hands, from whom I am not able to rise up. And even in Baruch, the 4th chapter, 6 and 7, the Lord sold us to the nations. Judges, the 2nd chapter, verse 10, the Lord have given us over to spoilers, and they have spoiled us. You know, we're spoiled milk, you know. And Psalms 83, they're studying you, and they're making crafty counsel, starting with Esau and the other nations, on how they can continue to keep you low. And because we're mixed with a multitude of nations, they want the world to be under them, but they understand the scary part of the children of the Lord, right? So it's hard on this side to make ends meet. A lot of us is falling into that Haggai 1:6, where we're making money, but not enough. We have food and not enough. And we put our money in a bag that have holes in it. And most of our money is going to bills, rent, car note. You're not getting money to live. You only have money to survive, to get by. But reading that same chapter and verse in the NLT, Lamentations 1 and 14, he wove my sins into ropes to hitch me to a yoke of captivity. And it's amazing that Yahweh said, ye of heavy laden come unto me, because my yoke is easy, my yoke is light. Right? It says, and Yahweh Shema Shai sapped my strength and turned me over to my enemies. I am helpless in their hands. we're weak. And, we went 350 years without a teacher, a guide. It's truly the Lord is guiding us, but the Lord didn't have his prophets, his teachers, right? Elders, leaders, in the midst, teaching us, feeding us, opening up our eyes to know who he is and our purpose and to how to do Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's will, right? We were helpless in these freaking oppressors' hands. Deuteronomy 28:28, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart, right? A confused mind and blindness where you cannot see, right? Even the basics in the scriptures, a lot that's in the truth and out the truth can't even understand it. It's not about if you don't got it all. It's about when you do get whatever you get, can you understand it? The Lord has blinded a lot of us, right? The Lord had put a lot of us in a madness mindset, and even more astonishment of heart, confusion. Then you got other astonishments where brothers want to be a celebrity, a superstar, want to be popular in this thing, and Esau feeds into that ego. Look at these inventions right now. I don't have to work this full-time job. I can get short hours and then just be in front of a camera, right? Do streaming, right? Make money off of that. Go on TikTok. They made it easy for you to make money, but think you're really doing something. And truly, especially with internet, they're collecting data, right? But let's keep going. It's Ephesians, the 4th chapter, verse 18. It says, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them, because the blindness of their hearts, right? So your understanding has been darkened. That's going back into the sleeper state or the dead estate in Revelations, the 11th chapter in verse 8, right? We have the blindness of heart, the blindness of mind. That's why a lot of us is not going to be able to receive this, right? You could be walking in this truth, but you truly don't get it. If somebody is drowned in law, and they hear somebody speaking about Yahushai and got the nerve to say, you a Yahushai thumper or a good news or a faith thumper. Somebody in the truth really is saying these things. You got to understand, do they even know what they signed up for? Do they really know what this truth is really about? And Esau, man, he's working. He's working. The left-hand side is working, and a lot of us is feeding off of certain personalities that, in this truth or in this world and trying to bring it into the truth, This is Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 2, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house. So even more, for Esau to be able to maneuver and manipulate us, it all stems from how rebellious we were, how rebellious we are until this day, man. Right? We, as a nation, we deserve this. But the elect, the Lord is raising up to come up out of this. But the more you grow, the more you start looking like, damn, a lost nigga. Then you want to pray that you don't continue to grow in that type of spirit or mindset, right? You want to pray that the Lord strengthen you and give you that spiritual encouragement so that you can be better, for him and for the elect's sake, depending on the position you play in the Lord's ministry, right? So this Matthew, the 13th chapter, verse 15, going to the gospel. For this people's heart, their mind is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. Right? We have to be willing to be converted. But again, when you be converted, your eyes become open. Like, I'm working a full-time job, just like multiple brothers and sisters in this thing. and you see how they treating our people. You see what your check looking like. And you might be at a job for 5 years, 10 years, and you might not have nothing to really say you benefit from this job. Because most of us live in check to check. Some of us is just having a check and saving it until a bill come, right? You might have a game. You might freaking buy something for your car, right? We're not getting money on this side to live, to have an abundance, right? Reading that Matthew 13:15 NLT, for the hearts of these people are hardened, just like Pharaoh, and their ears cannot hear, and they have closed their eyes. So their eyes cannot see, and their ears cannot hear, and their hearts cannot understand, and they cannot turn to me and let me heal them. Right? We're spiritually deaf and spiritually blind. But it's all Yahweh B'Shem Al Shai. Right? That strong delusion. You know, this is why it's easy for our oppressors, starting with Esau, right? This is how they can afflict us, right? Physically, mentally, financially, right? Physically going into your health, right? And again, when we go to limitation 5 of 5, you got to work hard on this side, right? Just to make ends even meet. Just imagine what you got to do just to live your life. The number one thing, you have to slow down with the Lord. Now, it might be something that is in this thing that's working overly and still able to maintain this. Hey, that's not for you, but you have to understand that, you know, this system is established to distract us. This system is building to tear you down, not lift you up. This system is not made to push you to get the kingdom, right? It's made to drag you, right? Going into the women, going into the children, right? You're getting afflicted or some type of situation from the left or from the right. This is why with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord, we're able to make discernment on what to do and what not to do. This Revelations, the 12th chapter, verse 12, which is, beautiful to go in right after this. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. In the spirit, you believers is going to understand that this system was made to tear you down, because Esau, the top elites, they have a short time. The left-hand side is moving quickly because Yahweh Shai is about to come. You know? So the more they got you distracted, the less time you got to hear the word, read this word, apply this word, and pray. And do it all over again. Fast, afflict yourself. Now for you men, they're going to try to take away from you teaching. Right? You're doing videos. Right? You're working so much that by the time you got downtime, you sleeping. Time and hours is going past. And by the time you get up, you got to go right back to work. Or now that you just up, you got to get yourself motivated to get in there, and then night is already here and you starting the next day. Right? And I'm, by experience, I'm doing overnight. And even I'm getting my sleep, so my body is not, but I'm still able to do lessons, to the best of my ability. But he allows me to do it at good times, especially when I'm off, when everybody sleep. I got kids, and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I might not want to leave or go in my car to do a lesson. But sometimes you got to sacrifice and say, forget it. Let me put my clothes on. Let me go do this lesson. Because this is not just only about me. This is about the sheep. And it could be somebody like, man, my job, man, but I got to make this, man, but I don't want to miss this. Man, these videos is encouraging videos, So you brothers that could be watching this, just know that what you're doing is going to motivate and push somebody to keep going the distance. And truly through the spirit, if you, speaking and teaching 100% truth of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is actually teaching them through you. So amazing. Deuteronomy 28:48 it says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which Yahweh Shema Shai shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness. In a want of all things he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed you. So everything you need and everything you want on this side, you got to go through Esau, right? Shoot, in order to get your Bibles on the phone, got to go through Esau, because this is his world. And even on this side, when it comes to getting the Bible, right? These stores that they have created, but your enemies, your oppressors is all in the hands of the Lord, right? So the Lord put this on their heart to do these things, right? Because it's already written. Moses prophesying this, and guess what? We're actually living this. That's another example to let you know prophets are real, the ones that the Lord have sent. Because right now we're serving our oppressors in hunger, thirst, and in nakedness, in the want of all things. You want that car? Guess what? You got to drop insurance for it. These high name brand clothes, that house, you want to buy some land, we always got to go to our oppressors. Deuteronomy 28 and 65 and 66, it says, among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but Yahweh Shema Shai shall give thee there a trembling heart, in failing of eyes and sorrow of mind, right? The soles of your feet, even more, when you go to Deuteronomy 28, I think 56, our women, or 56, 58, our women didn't even, no, I think it's 56, our women didn't even want to touch the ground, right? We was living in a different circumstances. You know, now our women have an evil eye towards their man and their children. You know, now a woman got to go to work, and now she's overworking. Now she come home, she tired, she can't cook and clean, right? But those are excuses. But when we really look at it, we deserve this captivity. You know, we deserve to be broken down. Technically, if you in this and you wake up, you deserve this. And now the Lord have given you a way out by serving him while you still in this affliction. Right? You're going to have a trembling heart. And the Lord is the one that gave that. Right? Your mind is going to be trembling. Right? Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fare day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. And a lot of people are in doubt, especially you niggas in the world. You know, for you ones that's in the truth, the Lord has made you a seducer. You're an imposter, right? You're deceiving and being deceived. And guess what? You're doing a good job, right? Because it's all Yahweh Shema Shai. That's your lot. But for you brothers and sisters and children that's grown in this thing, you don't want to doubt, because the Lord gave you the blueprint. Every lesson you're getting, damn near you're getting the cheat code, because every lesson, they brothers were breaking them down to you, and you're getting the sense, and you could just apply it to your life. This is the blueprint. This is the cheat code. The cheat code is Yahweh Shema Shai. He's telling you what he's going to do when he come back. He's going to destroy. You got the cheat code. Don't get on this bad side, right? It's terrible to fall in the hands of the Lord. And we're already in the hands of the Lord, being in this captivity. Oh, brother, I'm not in captivity. Brother, you're not ruling. The world was made for us. Yeah, man, we were the first on the earth. Yeah, man, this earth is ours. But as soon as you go deep that the Lord love you, they don't want to accept it. So for you, Jake, you men, women, and children that believe in this thing, man, yo, we almost out of here. Continue to endure and increase in faith, because that's all we truly got on this side. You know, you eat, shit, and sleep, and sometimes you might have a good time, but the main focus for us men is to teach this word and always sharpen your sword, because your mind is always updating like a computer. Things that you read, things that you hear, things you cleave to, things you're excited, and the more your mind is calculating data from Yahweh Shema Shai. So be persistent with that and keep your head up. So with that, I want to say Tawada Yahweh Shema Shai for giving me the chance and ability to teach your word. So call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Lord willing, you guys were edified. And double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same spirit. Lord willing, that y'all all continue to endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwat Yom, believers in His faith and His truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent, virtuous wife. With that, shalom. Shalom.